During my sophomore spring break, I was doing a Princeternship at a Pocono Environmental Education Center, which was actually a nonprofit environmental education center. They had an eco zone, which was basically an indoor pool area that had been transformed into this amazing environmental sanctuary. And then what I worked on was a bicycle generator, which was basically a pedal or watt generator. My experience was very valuable because it not only gave me more insight into my own interests with the environment and the energy and sustainability, but it also sort of showed me other ways to sort of get involved with, environmental education, the nonprofit sector. So it was definitely a wonderful and invaluable experience. And Jeffrey Rosalski, class of 1985, and he was amazing. The whole family was amazing. I felt like one of their family. I actually stayed in their house. There was an alumnus, Bill Woodrow, class of 71, I believe. He came up to the site to basically help with retrofitting the building for more sustainable designs and solar panels and etc. And I actually got to ride back to Princeton with him in his car and got to know him a little bit. He was amazing. And all in all, it was an amazing experience. And I would definitely recommend the Princetonnship program.
My Princetonship was at the end of winter break last year with the New Jersey State Treasury. So I spent 2 days shadowing the New Jersey State Treasurer, Andrew Sitterman Air Staff, and I had his chief of staff just look after me for 2 days. I sat in on the monthly meetings with the 11 divisions of the Treasury. There'd be about 20 people in the meeting. I'd just be sitting behind the Treasurer, kind of like watching what he was doing and having Jennifer explain what's happening. The reason I chose to do this Princetonship was because I was actually having trouble deciding what major I wanted to be, so I was choosing between the Woodrow Wilson School and economics, and I thought that this was kind of an in-between. It had like the government aspect and also the econ aspect, obviously. It gave me clarity in the sense that it didn't really matter which one I chose because they were both applicable. It was just like a really interesting experience. I had a lot of support from Mr. Staff. It was so nice having him just talk to me one-on-one because he's so busy and just give me advice for where I want to go with my life, how he got to this position. And yeah, I would recommend a Princetonnship to everyone.
My Princetonnship was with the University of Richmond Athletic Director's Office back when I was a freshman. I spent one day with Maura Bolger, who's one of the assistant directors there, and she showed us a lot of the ins and outs of the various elements of the compliance section of their office. I think specifically one of the most interesting takeaways I had was the growing and developing role of technology in the changing compliance regulatory environment as sort of produced by the NCAA. I think I learned a lot from the experience, not only about the law and compliance, but also what it meant to live and work on a college campus, which isn't something I'd really ever considered before. But being able to speak frankly with an alum was sort of very helpful in informing my decision and how I'm now going about sort of making my career choices.